on offense. What did it feel like just to kind of get that many points today?
I mean, it's just great, scoring points. That's what kind of the energy comes from on the offensive side of the ball. So if you ain't scoring points, there's going to be no energy. It was good to get some energy out there today.
How important was it? I think you hit 7 of your first 8 passes to really get it rolling, and then how did that open up the run game?
Yeah, I guess I don't really keep track of that. Just trusting. That's kind of one thing that's kind of been a sticking point for me in the offense is just the trust with the coaches and the game plan they've put in place. And so I'd attribute it to that.
Devon, first couple of touchdowns, how satisfying was it to get in the end zone twice and just make that kind of impact?
It's just credit to the game plan, just staying ready. I mean, that's all I can really do, just do preparation, just make sure I'm doing what I'm doing and executing when my number is called. So it's great to get in the end zone, but I'm just grateful we got the win.
Devon, Coach Witt was talking about maybe regretting last week not going a little more tempo like you guys ran late in the first half. It seemed like you guys started the game intentionally that way. How effective was that?
We practice it every single week. It's a situation in which I feel like we do well in, and we strive to continue to do well in, because especially in crunch time situations, it's good to be able to just get on the ball and just keep moving. So being able to utilize that and implement it into our regular game plan and just doing it any time, whether it's the beginning of the first quarter or it's 2 minutes left in the second quarter, like it's just good to see that the guys are always ready, and we've seen what can happen when we do get into that quick tempo offense.
For either of you, obviously it's a different opponent, but was there anything different about maybe the strategy this week and what made things so successful?
The strategy offensively? No, it varies week to week. Not every defense is going to look the same, obviously, and so the game plan is going to vary. I mean, obviously we ran some plays with a little bit more tempo this week, and so that definitely kind of attributes to what we've been doing well throughout the season, kind of implementing that into right now. But scheme-wise, it's just about it's all about the players. It ain't about the plays.
Jonah, you guys hold them to under 100 yards. I mean, what was working so well for you guys today?
Honestly, we just kept it really simple. And we play our best defense when we keep it simple and just do your assignment and knowing that every other guy is going to do his assignment. It's just that trust factor that we've built together, and I think that's why we were so successful.
Miles, you finally get the pick after you got the first pick. I mean, how rewarding was that to kind of get it right back there?
The first one I took it and I thought they was going to let me have it, but they tried me again and I was able to go and make a play. That was very satisfying. They tried another one and they called up offensive pass interference. So just being able to get the play and make the play was very satisfying for me.
Disappointed were you when the first one came back?
I had a little bit of a feeling it might be called back from the jump, but you got to play if the whistle doesn't blow, you got to keep playing. So when it did get called back, I wasn't too sad, but I knew they'd try it again, so I had to make the play, and I did.
Jonah, you're at 11.5 sacks on the season. I mean, I think it's the closest since Bradley and I mean, just what's kind of gone into your success this year?
Just the time and preparation that I put into it. I think I've spent a lot more time this year than I have in the past, and I've really just locked into being the best I can be, and that's probably what it is.
Bryson, as quarterback, I'll ask you this. Give us an idea of the preparation, the week of preparation. Go back to maybe practice Monday leading up to now, coming off of probably the worst loss anyone in that locker room's ever had, and being able to bounce back like that. What was the week like?
Yeah, so I mean, starting with weeks, you really kind of Sunday getting a jump on Arizona State. Regardless of how the outcome happens on Saturday, you got to be able to put that in the rear view. And so coming in Monday, kind of the talk that was around the facility was don't let a team beat you twice. And I feel like that really rang true through a lot of the players. That was able to kind of keep the mojo up and kind of regain our energy. We got to get over this loss regardless of how bad it was. And because we got to go 1-0 this week. It didn't matter what happened last week. It was just a matter of getting over it. And so, I mean, the preparation, it's the same type of stuff every week. You just got to trust the process of the preparation that you put in each and every week. But, not letting a team beat you twice was definitely kind of the mentality of the entire team.
Bryson, is there something you can say to your guys as a captain to try to keep the morale up, try to keep the mojo up going into the week after a loss like Oregon?
Yeah, I kind of just reiterated that, just telling them we can't get beat twice by the same team. And so just kind of keeping that energy and putting the loss behind you, whatever game it is, regardless if it's good or it's bad, you just got to be able to move on from it and just kind of keep rolling into the next week.
Bryson, you guys ran for over 350 yards today. What was the offensive line doing so effectively?
I mean, they were just alignment assignment technique. That's kind of just how it rolls up there up front. And I mean, we got some bullies up there, and so it's just definitely good to kind of see us put up those type of running numbers. And yeah, it's all O block. Running backs definitely making plays, but they ain't getting anywhere without O block pushing it up.
Bryson, how much more comfortable are you feeling Mulligan, how has the season developed for you under center?
Yeah, so I mean, like when you get comfortable, it's just game reps. Like you can't reiterate what game reps are actually like, and so I feel like obviously the more game reps you get, the more comfortable you're gonna be able to be and be able to play, and the more game plans you're kind of preparing for as well. It's all a rep thing.
Miles, we saw a lot of Smith Snowden today. What have you seen from the youngster on that secondary so far?
He's really impressed me. He looked comfortable out there. He was making some tackles, and he's been making a lot of plays in practice, especially this week and weeks before. So we knew he was ready. It was just a matter of time to get him in the game, and I think he did a great job today.
Devon, in addition to kind of the up-tempo that we were talking about, it seemed like the play calling was opened up a little bit more. We saw screen pass, we saw the reverse for money. Did it feel like you guys were kind of going into your bag a little bit more today?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we have a lot of offensive weapons in that locker room right now. It's just, getting those play calls called and making sure we execute. There's a couple of times we would call it in the game and we'd have to check out of it because of a certain look or certain front that the defense is giving us. But we have a lot of weapons. I mean, we saw Munir McClain make an amazing catch in the end zone. Money, we know what he can do. Even Mikey Matthews. Like, we have a lot of dudes that can do some good stuff. So it's just one of those things we just trust the game plan. And when our numbers call, we just got to make sure we execute. And I think that's what really showed up today for the offensive side of the ball.
As an older guy who's played a lot of high-level Power 5 football, is there something that you could have walked into the building on Monday with to offer your teammates in terms of not getting beat twice by the same team?
Yeah, we play a lot of good teams. Stuff like that happens in college football. I mean, that's a really good team we played, but we're also a really good team. So you just got to bounce back. I know as a DB, the mentality I got to have is next play, next game. You got to have a short-term memory. We look at the film as hard as it was to watch, but you got to lock in for the next game because there's another team that we just played that's actually really good. They had a lot of close games within 7 points. So just being able to keep that focus and lock in even more, just reiterate that to the whole team. Thank you.
This might boost sales. I don't know who made it. But. All right, great response by our guys after a disappointing week last week. Never want to let a team beat you twice or be hungover for the next game, and our guys responded. And so it was great to see the way they played, the passion, the energy. Team effort. You can't really single out one aspect. I mean, the defense was incredible. Less than 100 yards total low, 3 points. 5 or 6, 7 first downs. So incredible numbers on D. Offense, 500 plus yards, 55 points. And, there's a team that just beat Washington State last week. So great to see our guys respond. Like I said, controlled the clock, 36 minutes and change to 23 and change. Third downs, we gave up 2 of 16 on D. I mean, we've been doing that all year long. The defense has been outstanding on third down. So many positives in the game. Bryson Barnes played exceptionally well. Jaquin Jackson, Jalen Glover, Devon Vele, the entire offensive line, Money Parks. I mean, there's so many really good performances for this game. So we'll enjoy it, and got our 7th win, sitting here at 7-2, and heading to Seattle next week, playing a really good Husky team, and we'll see what we'll take it from there. So questions?
I know you always like to establish the run game. But
Always.
How important was it to get Bryson Barnes to get all those completions?
That was great too. I mean, and that's what opens up that for Bryson is the run game. When we're running the ball efficiently and effectively, then that makes the safeties come down and everything tightens up, and then we just throw the ball and it's usually wide open. Like you saw, Devon Bailey had a big first half, kind of quiet in the second half, but had a big first half, and so yeah, when we run it well and the opponent doesn't, that's our formula for success. That's what we hang our hat on right there.
What was the O-line doing so well to get to 350 rushing yards?
Well, they were just playing it. They were in sync, playing physical, knocking people off the ball, and missed very few assignments. I'll have to watch the tape, to get exactly what transpired assignment-wise. But just as the game was going on, you could see that we're fitting up the run game and getting movement, and that's what it takes.
What specifically did you see your guys doing maybe Monday and into Tuesday in terms of not letting yourself get beat twice by the same team?
Well, putting it behind them quickly. We talked about that in the team meeting on Monday. That hey, you got to flush that right now. Right now, it's out of our system. Learn from it. You don't just ignore it. You got to learn from it. But they bought into that. Came out and had a really good session on Monday. Now we don't do a whole lot on Monday. It's more walkthrough and introduction stuff. But you could tell the attitude and the mindset was right. And all through practice, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, outstanding practices, focus, concentration, and so they prepared the right way.
Did any of the veteran guys or captains step up and speak in that regard?
No, but I appealed to the captains and leadership, saying now's when we need you. That's exactly when you need your leadership to step up and manifest. Is when things are tough. When things are going good, everything's going good. So, but when things get a little bit dicey and a little tough, that's when the leadership really needs to step up and take charge, and they did. They answered the bell.
Kyle Charlie scores at the end of the game. Was that kind of the plan, or was it just kind of a breakdown on their defense?
Was it the plan for us to score?
Yeah. Or were you just playing the clock and trying to...
We're just trying to run the clock out. I can't tell the kid to fall down. I mean, and I don't think their head coach would like that either. I mean, I thought we shut things down in the fourth quarter. I don't know if we even threw a pass in the fourth quarter, milked the clock all the way down. So we weren't certainly trying to pour it on. That's not our style. That's not who we are. But it was a good run by Charlie, and so good for him.
What was working so well with that up-tempo offense to start the game?
Yeah, we had them on their heels a little bit. We haven't shown that a bunch this year, and they seemed to not handle it very well. So we kept at it. Sometimes the altitude jumps on teams here, and that could have been a part of it as well. But we certainly got a lot of mileage out of that today. That was a big part of our offensive success.
So we saw Smith Snowden in this game.
Yeah.
Was there something at practice that led to him getting time on the field? What
Sure
his
was. Yeah, he just keeps getting better and better. Now, he was set back by an injury. It was about a month where he was out and not available. But since he's been back for a few weeks now, probably 3 or 4 weeks now, he's been a special team staple for us and playing on a lot of the special teams, and had progressed so much in practice that we said, hey, it's time to get him on the field and see what he can add to what we're doing. And he certainly did add to what we're doing today. He's a really good football player.
What do you think he adds to this defense?
Athleticism, speed. He's competitive. He's smart. He never makes a mistake in practice. He's just a true freshman as well. He's got a very bright future here, but he's got all the tools to be a very good defensive back going into the Big 12, finishing the Pac-12. Yeah.
Sorry. Have you been putting more on Bryson's plate? It seems like he's getting more comfortable with what you're asking him to do.
He's known the offense for some time now. I don't think that would be an accurate statement that we put more on his plate, but I think Andy's opening up the offense a little bit more. And so it's not necessarily he's learned more and he's assimilated more, but Andy's a little less close to the vest and trusting him more.
With Jaquinda Jackson, did he re-injure the same ankle?
Same injury, yeah. We'll see how he responds. He's a warrior and he keeps coming back, but it just keeps recurring. They fell on the ankle when he dove into the end zone, and so yeah, he's been battling that for essentially the whole season and just trying to muster through it.
Looking for a tight end to step up? Landon obviously has done well. What have you seen from him that has allowed him to kind of now take that next step?
Yeah, Landon, the only thing that's keeping him from absolute greatness is getting bigger. You know, he's still only about 220 pounds, so he still needs to put some weight on that frame, but he lacks nothing as far as athleticism, hands, you know, route running ability, all that, but be a complete tight end. And he's working hard at it. You know, he's gained some weight since he's been here, but he's about 15, 20 pounds away from really having a chance to be a top tier tight end.
What specifically stands out about the defense? It's not every week that you hold a team under 100 yards.
Yeah, well, the front seven was outstanding. Back end was good too. The completion percentage was way down. I think he was 5 for 20 something, and so we just played a complete game at all three levels. But it starts up front. You know, we got good pressure from the get go. I don't know how many sacks we had, but we had. You know, some impact play, sacks, and they got the interception. That was a nice interception by Miles Battle. But when the defense is clicking and in sync and not on our heels like we were last week, we're really good. And they were.
I know you like to keep things week to week. It's kind of your MO. But from a bigger picture standpoint, Pac-12 race still in play. How big is it to bounce back? Not only bounce back from last week, but resoundingly do so.
Yeah, it's big, and it was I'm proud of our guys, and you're right. Mathematically, you know, we have to have some help, obviously, but not much different than last year's scenario. You know, very similar, and so just got to keep at it and keep preparing every week the right way, which these guys will do. I'm confident of that. Coaches keep coaching them up, which we got a great staff, so don't have any fear that won't happen either. And then we just got to go out and play our game and make plays.
You've had a great season with special teams. What kind of happened today?
Yeah, had a couple breakdowns today. The kickoff return obviously was a big downer, and have to watch the tape. I think somebody got double teamed, and we lost a guy that was an open lane, and we rotated the wrong way with a couple guys. And then on the punt, our gunners got hung up. Our gunners have we rely on those gunners, those outside guys, to go down and make the play. But the main thing wrong with that was it didn't have any hang time on the punt. It was like a 3-5 hang, and that's a recipe for disaster. A long punt with no hang time, and that's what it was. And Jack's been great for us all year long, but that was not one of his better punts.
Just to follow that up, without the benefit of film, anything else that you can nitpick on here immediately besides the special teams?
That I can pick on, like complain about? What can I complain about, Mark? You got anything I can complain about? Pretty good day. So, yeah, we'll just leave it at that. But, yeah, it's all positive right now. Let's keep it positive. There you go. All right, thanks, guys.